name is Delta Lou, and today we're going to be discussing part 2 of R.L. Burnside's Poor Black Mattie Blues. Now, initially I had broken down the predominant riff that features throughout the much of the duration of the song. And if you are tuning in right now, I encourage you to watch part 1 so you can tune up to my guitar and look at the techniques that I discuss about finger picking patterns and right hand placement. But to get just a refresher, let's tune up to each other once again. I'm in the standard open G tuning. Open G tuning, that's correct. The top string will sound like this. My 5th string will be the G. 4th string will be a D. And my 3rd string is going to be a G. My 2nd string is going to be a B. And finally my bottom string is going to be a D. All together sound like this. Okay. So earlier, initially I had stated that we had gone over the predominant riff, which goes like this. Later on we talked about when he's singing the song that he goes into a different box formation in which he's playing this placeholder dead note, this lick that goes like this. And how it just kind of gently is being played while he's singing the song, right? So it'd be like this. Poor black Mattie got chain of clothes, fool got drunk, shut that door. Poor black Mattie told her to close that door. Okay, I had talked about that presence of that lick that goes along with the singing. Now when he finishes that verse, when he's finishing singing that first line, he brings this this lick on the 1st and 2nd string, you know, that goes from the 1st to the 3rd fret. He incorporates that, usually caps off the end of the verse. So where it appears again, and this is my theory on it, is when he's singing, so it'll be like, fool got drunk, close that door, poor black Mattie told her close that door. And that's how it appears when he goes, told her close that door. Fool got drunk, told her close that door. And that's where it gets a little bit tricky. The timing has to be correct, and when you incorporate that lick, it just has to some way find itself ingrained into the kind of order of the riff. Told her close that door. Fool got drunk. Told her close that door. And that is something that I cannot necessarily kind of break it down slow, but it's something that you have to get on your own. I've given you the components, the lick in that, but that's just as a matter of theory. What I'm trying to tell you is that when he finishes singing, he'll incorporate that again. And when you listen to the original recording, you can try to match up with what he's doing. right? So when he sings this riff, what we're going to talk about here is the guitar break, the instrumental that finds itself in between the first two verses. And the instrumental will sound like this. And I'll build it into it here. And I'll go like this. And that is the guitar instrumental riff that he plays in the song. In many of his versions, it fluctuates the way that he plays it in between whatever verses. That's just something for you to put into application when you're learning the song. So the instrumental break is going to consist of it's going to consist of 8 notes, the first 8 notes, and we're going to go over those first 8 notes here. And it's going to bring this element of this lick that I discussed earlier about when he's singing the song. Poor black Mattie got chained up clothes, fool got drunk. This lick will reappear in the guitar instrumental break, and I will discuss it here. So if you have the tablature available, it is the second page. We're looking at the second measure right now. That's where you need to be. And the first 8 notes, we'll go over the first 5 notes. First 5 notes here. And what you're going to do is, with the thumb, you're going to pluck the 5th string. Remember I talked about positioning, that thumb is always going to be positioned over the 5th string, and it's going to plop that open string on the 5th string. It's going to plop it. That's going to be your first note. So you're going to play the first note, and then you're going to play an open chord downstroke over the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. So the first 2 notes will be like this: 1, 2, 1, 2. And I'm playing it with the thumb. 1, 2. It's just basically open string and then an open chord. 1, 2. Easy. So now we're going to go to the lick that I did go into detail about when we talked about the verse and when he's singing over it. So the lick is just going to be locating the 2nd string on the 1st fret. You pluck with your index finger on the 2nd string 1st fret. Then you pull off of it to create that open string on the 2nd string, and then you play the 3rd string open, and I like to combine it with the 4th string open. Right? So those 3 notes will be 1, 2, 3. So the first 5 notes together will be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now go a little bit faster. These 5 notes: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So those are the first 5 notes, and then the next 3 notes to make up these first 8 notes will just be the repeat of the lick. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He just plays that this lick of 3 notes twice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So he just plays these first 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then after that first 8 notes, he brings again this lick. He brings about this lick that I talked about in the prior lesson, swooping in from the 1st fret to the 3rd fret. And I'm going to talk about that here. So the first 8 notes will be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. You know, so basically that lick, this lick, will account for 4 notes together. And like I stated earlier in the prior lesson, it's this plucking the 2nd string on the 1st fret once, and then sliding up 3 frets to make up 3 notes. So it'll be like this: 1, 2, 3, and then 4 is when the middle finger conjoins with the index finger here on the 3rd fret, and you strike once with the index finger together. So it'll be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So in all, there's 12 notes, and when you put them together, it'll sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. And I'm going to go a little bit slower here. So here we go. 1. Fast, it will go like this. Okay. And when you're playing the riff, you always want to accentuate the open chords. You're kind of dictating the design of the riff. Usually the palm muting of the right hand is going to facilitate the accentuation of the riff. So when you're playing these things in the open design, the palm of the hand is usually going to manipulate, kind of stop some of the notes are ringing out too much. You want to manipulate. The right hand is almost going to act as this kind of percussive bass discipline in the makeup, in the construction of the riff. Okay, so that's my little piece about that. This is the first part of the instrumental break. Now, I don't know how many times R.L. Burnside plays this in succession. I'm going to say 5. He plays this 5 times in a row. in this second part of the guitar riff, he goes back into the original, the main riff of the song, which goes like this. Right? Except in this time around, he's adding this this chord here, which is like the 4 chord. We're going to be locating the 5th fret, the bottom, and the 2nd string. And that's all he's doing differently. He's just playing this riff. Okay, I'm going to go over that here shortly. So, what we're doing here is, in playing the second part of the riff, what we're doing here is, again, we're playing these first 8 notes. And when he's done going like this, with the pinky, when you're playing this lick, you're still holding the position of that fingering on the 3rd fret, 1st and 2nd strings. And with the pinky, you're just going to scoop up and just bar the 1st and 2nd strings on the 5th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and he just plays this the 1st and 2nd strings on the 5th fret once, and then he goes back to the 3rd fret, 1st and 2nd strings. So we'll go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very easy. And the whole riff will go like this. And so you can try that. I'll go a little bit slower, like this. And that's the riff. Okay. And so he does this twice. Okay. And after he does that, he goes back into this lick. And this is what we're going to talk about here, is this portion where he goes like this. And that's also easy as well. He's just doing this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then going to the lick, which will be like this. It's just basically repeating and reutilizing all of the things that we discussed in the prior lesson. He's just rearranging it and implementing it into these kind of brisk guitar breaks. He's just replanting some of the concepts that we talked about earlier. The only difference being is that he's incorporating this 5th fret, which is new to the whole design and arrangement of the song. But really he's just recycling. He's just going back and forth into this 3rd fret and then this lick. going back and forth in the guitar break. So all in all, the guitar break is going to sound like this. Okay, and the whole guitar break from the beginning will sound like this. And that is the guitar break piece. It's ultimately incorporating things that we already talked about in the prior lesson. So what you need to do is, with the tablature, just follow along, and it's pretty straightforward. You're still utilizing the same concepts. Later on in the song, R.L. Burnside plays another guitar break, and it will sound, it's also playing off the same concepts that were illustrated just now, and it will sound like this. And this lick, which goes like this, is just playing this lick again. Let me get the tablature for it. Yeah. Alright, so what he's doing is, again, this is the another way to play the guitar break is you play from that first fret to the third fret. This arrangement, and then you play the second string on the first fret. You play that twice, and then you, maintaining that positioning, you take the ring finger and you bend the third string on the third fret. And then you play an open string on the third string. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you look in the tablature, when you play the first fret, second string, those two notes, the first one is just going to be the string by itself, and then you're going to play it like a downstroke chord that's incorporating the fourth and third strings open together. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay, so that was the other break that appears in the song. Now I'm just telling you the concepts in a very straightforward and simple. You're really focusing on the first and third frets with this song. The only time that you venture off the first and third frets is when you play this lick on the 5th fret. That's really basically the simplicity of R.L. Burnside's music. Because if you think about it, all of these licks that I'm talking about, they reappear over and over throughout his catalog of songs. So if you venture off of this song and you listen to some of his other songs, I recommend listening to Too Bad Jim, his LP. That is probably the best album that he's ever made, in my opinion. Or the first recordings is also excellent. But try on your own to pick up on what R.L. Burnside is playing in some of these other songs, learning what you have learned in this lesson alone. Again, a very simple style of playing with R.L. Burnside. He's really only interested in the first and third frets in a majority of his song. Like in the song Peaches, it'll be like this. Don't your peaches, they look mellow, standing way up in your tree. Don't your pretty child, well, no pretty child, standing way up in your tree. Again, it's the same concepts. The thumb is going to be pulsating the 5th string. It's always going to be your bass constant. And it's also going to keep you in rhythm so that you can concentrate on the melody of the song itself. So in Peaches, he's just playing that lick over and over again, which I discussed. And then once in a while he'll incorporate that into the song as well. So that's basically the song Peaches. It's really that easy. You can follow along with it. So go on your own, knowing these concepts. Try to pick up R.L. Burnside's with some of the stuff that you're learning here. And I'm trying to figure out where other songs these concepts come into play. Like for example, When My First Wife Left Me, right? It's another awesome song. Basically playing this again. When my first wife left me, you know she took me down the road. Again, when my first wife left me, he's playing this 3rd fret on the 5th string. Okay, so that song is a little bit more complicated, but in that song, When My First Wife Left Me, he positions his index finger always on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and with the index finger he's going to be playing these kind of intricate melodies that kind of match the vocal. The index finger is always going to be stationary, and if you watch a lot of videos of R.L. Burnside, that's what tends to be the case. He always has this index finger stationary on the 1st fret, 2nd string. And then he does all of the magic with his ring finger. So in the song When My First Wife Left Me, he has this always positioned. The index finger is working all of the magic. The index finger is positioned on the 2nd string, and the third the ring finger is going to be playing notes that mirror the vocals. So basically on the 3rd fret, the ring finger is going to jump all across the board from the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings in the song. So with this index finger being positioned, the ring finger is going to do this. Go with your ring finger and you go to the 4th string and just play like it's like a blues riff. 1, 4th fret open, 3rd string open, even on the 2nd string. Again, I'm not going to talk about that song in full detail, but I'm just kind of stressing the importance of the 1st and 3rd frets in this song. And when you listen to the rest of R.L. Burnside's music, keep that in mind, because most of those riffs are going to reappear. Train your ear, develop your ear, and see how much you can do with that information. You know, once again, you can always resort to these lessons and the tablature that I have available on my website. So, I know we're venturing off really deep here in R.L. Burnside's catalog, but it's something that I wanted to reiterate, because it's like, while we're here, while we're breaking down Poor Black Mattie, all of this translates to a lot of his other songs. So it's like, why not? Let's, you know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I guess is the right thing to say here. So, alright, so that is Poor Black Mattie. I've discussed the riff, when he's singing over it, and the 2 instrumental breaks. It's again recycling the same concepts over and over again. The way to play this song always sounds amazing on electric guitar. It's the best. That's how R.L. Burnside would like to play it. So, my name is Delta Lou, and it's been a pleasure. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll be